Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We are going to be analyzing a very intriguing episode of The Overlap, a collection of football fans or Big Six influencers surrounded by actual fans and a couple of legends and Jamie Carragher. There are a good amount of points that I would like to address in this video, but before we do, we have to address the elephant in the room. And no, it's not my ex-girlfriend. It is Tottenham Hotspur beating us by 2-1 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Just a quick synopsis of that game. I thought Ilkay Gundogan was awful. I thought Phil Foden didn't exist. I thought James McAtee and O'Reilly were pretty good. O'Reilly was a brilliant ball carrier for a couple of minutes in the game. Nunez and Savinho were our two best players on the pitch. And for any City fan that's discrediting Rico Lewis for that goal, please, first of all, Ortega, brilliant today, absolutely brilliant. John Stones couldn't do enough, and Rico Lewis did everything he could. If you watch that goal in slow motion, Rico Lewis did everything he could. It's not his fault. Yes, we lost. Congratulations to Tottenham. Amazing finish by Timo Werner. Brilliant finish by Sarr. GG, fair play to. Anyway, let's get on with the overlap.
For Ten Hag. I'm going to miss him greatly. What a man. But yeah, he was the guy apparently.
Beat you in the cup final last time.
It's already insufferable right from the beginning. Every time the topic of Manchester City comes up, this guy who always looks like he's about to cry always has to open his mouth. Great. Sick burn, bro. Sick burn. We've beaten you in the cup final. Yes, congratulations. You beat us. Congratulations. Your manager still got sacked, though. Genuinely, is anybody else sick of seeing the same people on the overlap? Adam Coca-Cola is always on these episodes, and he always talks for 90% of the episodes. I want to hear more from the Villa fans, from the Liverpool fans, from the Leicester City fans. I want just the Big Six. It's just Adam McCullough talking to Paul Scholes every single episode. It gets boring.
Factors that need to be taken into consideration as well. You know, the fact that referees, you know, the poor decisions that they do make. And I know I can hear you guys laughing.
What the frack?
I've heard so many of your lies and excuses, I might as well hear one more.
Excuses, and more goddamn excuses. Oh my goodness. You guys didn't turn up in that game. Apparently Arsenal is the only team to ever face poor refereeing decisions. Are you insane?
Decisions like
Which ones?
It's unfair. All right,
ones?
let's look at the Liverpool game, for instance. We got done.
As you can see here, we have a wide selection of cap.
Penalty calls. You know, should that have been?
That just makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, she really doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. When you get pressed on a claim that you make and you're talking like that, it shows that you didn't really prepare for the debate. When you come to these shows and when you put yourself out there, unfortunately, regardless of what people say, you are representing your fan base. And if somebody asks you point blank, hey, could you please explain what you're talking about? Give minutes, give player names, give evidence, give something.
I do feel like we can win it with this style of football, and providing, you know, we're not, you know, bombarded with injuries like we have been. And the key thing right now is discipline, something that Mikel Arteta was able to get under control at the club.
What?
Two things. One, you're not the only team in the world that has to deal with injuries. Like, remember Virgil van Dijk's post-match interview? Come on, it's absolutely ridiculous. And that second point, under control, you're leading the league in red cards. She complained about Thomas Partey playing at right back, but if one of your players didn't get sent off in the previous game, that might not have happened. Do you ever think about that?
I think that we are a brilliant young team. We're playing very well. Like when I was last on, I got it in the neck a bit because I said, let's just wait and see.
Oof, my goodness, what an absolute shocker. Spending what Manchester City spent in the last 10 years in 1 year, 1.3 billion spent in a year, and you finally get good players. Great transfer strategy. Do you expect me to be shocked at this? I have no hatred towards Chelsea Football Club, but come on. Okay, if Nicholas Jackson, if Madueke, if Male Gusto, if Badiashile, if Enzo, okay, or if Caicedo, if they start playing well, nobody's going to get shocked. You spent 1.3 billion, okay? Eventually, you're going to find someone, okay? Spending all that money and 60, 70 players, one of them is going to come good. Do you expect your scouting administration to get a raise?
No, I deserve it.
Some excellent performances, and in Cole Palmer, I think that I genuinely believe that we have the best footballer in the world at the moment. No! I know Rodri, but it's nonsense.
Sweet baby Grealish, Jesus. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The best player in the world is not Cole Palmer. That doesn't mean he's not a fantastic player, but he's not the best player in the world. Mr. Cold Palmer was lukewarm Palmer against Liverpool. Look, I'll admit right now, I'm not talking about footballing talent and ability, I'm just talking about performance-wise. Right now, he's the best out of Bukayo Saka, Phil Foden, and himself. Right now, Cole Palmer is the best out of that three. And I want to say I'm being generous because Bukayo Saka has been killing it, especially in the assist market. But Cole Palmer right now is the best out of the three. I will give you that. But best player in the world, no. The best player in the world right now is Vinicius Jr. I know how that sounds, but it has nothing to do with the Ballon d'Or. Rodri's injured right now, and look, a couple other players are out of form. Right now, the best player in the world is Vinicius Jr. It's not Cole Palmer.
He's been the key player in the best side the Premier League's seen over the past, several years.
Mwah! Perfectly said by Steven. Fantastic. I don't really need to add anything to that. Most important player of the most dominant team in the last several years. And that's one of the best ways of describing Rodri. 100%.
What the Ballon d'Or should be is a celebration of beauty. I'm not suggesting that Rodri's not an excellent player. He is. You are insufferable! But I don't believe that he's a better footballer than lots of other players around. I don't think he's a better footballer than Vinicius Jr. I think he's ludicrous.
I'm so sick of this. I'm literally like so sick of this. These people have never kicked a damn ball in their fucking lives. What do you mean celebration of beauty? Beauty is a subjective feeling. What is objective is how important Rodri has been over the last several years, especially in the last year. I think Fabio Cannavaro was a beautiful football player, yet he won in 2006. I think Buffon was second place. There's players like Miroslav Klose, Samuel Eto'o, Ronaldinho. Thierry Henry was third that year. What's the point of having a Ballon d'Or trophy if we can't give other players a chance? Zanetti was a beautiful football player. No, but because he can't do the things that Cole Palmer can do, Zanetti can't be considered a Ballon d'Or favorite. He can't be considered an amazing football player. It's the same shit with Erling Haaland. Just because Haaland can't dribble like Romario or Zico, he's not a good striker. I don't give a damn. The guy's job is to score goals. He does it better than anybody. Rodri is amazing at intercepting. Rodri is amazing on the tackle. He turns defense into attacks every single game. I've yet to see Rodri have such a poor game when it mattered most. This guy is always there.
He is a better footballer than Vinicius Jr.
I think he is way more consistent.
Vinicius Jr. probably win you more games. I get that, be more skillful. But I think he's a beautiful footballer.
In my opinion, this is just perfectly poetic in my opinion because Paul Scholes is a player that's more celebrated outside the Premier League, well, outside of England, than inside. Most people have Gerrard and Lampard over Paul Scholes, but if you ask Xavi, you ask Andrea Pirlo, you ask some of the greatest midfielders ever, they're going to tell you Paul Scholes is the best. You could ask Pep Guardiola, he has Paul Scholes over those two. He is a beautiful football player that's not appreciated. Because if you ask Roy, he'll tell you Lampard was so much better. Okay, because you value tall striker-like center mids who can shoot the ball and who are good on the tackle. But you don't appreciate actual footballing beauty here. He's literally telling you that Rodri is a beautiful football player and he's a better football player than Vinicius Jr. There's a lot of ways to be a good football player. You don't just need to be flashy, skillful, do failed rainbow flicks every fucking match to be considered a beautiful football player. This argument is ridiculous.
He's won a tournament with Spain. He's now won the Ballon d'Or. Is he the best player in Premier League history now to play that position?
Yes.
Perhaps I'll save this topic for another video, but wow, that is high praise from Paul Scholes. The best, and I quote, CDM ever in Premier League history, not including Roy Keane, because I know it's his buddy. But still, that is high praise. I mean, there's N'Golo Kante, there's Vieira, okay, there's Fernandinho. There's a lot of amazing center defensive mids that have played in the Premier League. Is Rodri number one? I am not 100% sure. I definitely think he's definitely in the conversation. But, I mean, I'm not really going to get into that. That's not the reason why I wanted him to win the Ballon d'Or. Okay, I'm not going to go tweeting, oh yeah, he's better than Busquets just because he has a Ballon d'Or. I just wanted the player to get the respect that he deserved.
He doesn't light up a stadium, but he is the most functionally beautiful player that you can ask for.
I think he lights the stadium up for educated football people.
Put in your place. That was absolutely diabolical and exquisite from Paul Scholes. Thank you. Somebody said it. There have been so many vile people that come on the overlap every single week. They do this for a reason, ladies and gentlemen, because these people have the dumbest views. They don't know much about football. It's the same thing of what Jubilee, that YouTube channel. Okay, it's a very interesting channel, but they selectively put certain people on Jubilee or these debates, especially in the last couple of videos, because they know it'll get the clicks. These people are there for a specific reason. Rory just got absolutely destroyed by Paul Scholes there. Light a stadium up for educated football fans. That is 100% spot on. Yes, I have an American accent, but I know more football than Rory and Adam Coca-Cola combined. Okay, I don't give a damn. I don't care if they got that accent and I don't. Okay, I know how to kick a ball. Rodri is a beautiful football player. I mean, you just dictating the tempo and controlling the midfield is beautiful to me. Okay? Rainbow flicks and stepovers might be beautiful to you. That is, but there are other ways to be beautiful on the pitch. Okay, Zanetti, beautiful football player. He can't do any of the things that Vinicius Jr. does. That doesn't mean he ain't a legend. That doesn't mean he's not a good football player. All in all, I just got to say, Rory Jennings has no clue about the game of football. Thank you for watching.